So hopefully any minute now, beautiful sunshine. You're going to be joined by Grace Ballantyne. So Grace is going to be with me tomorrow, even if I don't appear to be in the event tomorrow. When I say in the event, you'll hopefully see Evan, Maindonald, Oli.
Hey.
Hopefully, anyway. Hi, Grace. I can't see you on this one.
Hi.
I, I there,
I
brilliant.
am here. I
I was
promise.
thinking, not. Yeah, I've had enough of that this morning with me trying to sort out my webcam on
Mm.
my laptop. I'm not sure what was happening. So definitely on 2 p.m. Whether my face will appear or not, that's a lot to do with my IT tech support tonight. So or this afternoon. I, I can't believe, Grace. I just wish things would go quite to plan, but sometimes you've got to deal with these challenges. Of
Yeah.
course, sometimes there's challenge called COVID-19 as well in the property development market. So it'd be interesting to see what Evan's view about how he's managed. It was fascinating. Like, it's not all about Evan tomorrow, so
No, it's not the
that's the
Evan
first
show
thing to be
tomorrow,
sure.
Brendan.
Um, So, although he may be a key part of it, or not may, he definitely will be a key part of it. So last night he was talking on the Baker Street
Mm.
property meet. Ranjan almost got him involved in talking about wine. We will get him
I
talking
don't
about
know.
wine.
That could go on quite a
Def-
while. So yeah, maybe not.
no,
No, because he'll go on forever
no.
about it. We can give him like 2 minutes. He can talk about whatever he's drinking because he obviously has to have a glass of wine
Mm.
in order to join our session on Facebook. But no, I think if we ask him too much about wine, it'll take up the whole session.
Definitely. Well, you can see that. I was going to say it was fascinating listening to Evan last night. I have to admit, I did switch off after a while. But that's because it was late,
Yeah,
Grace.
late
For
night.
me, I'd been up. Yeah, I was up since 5 o'clock that day. So I'm much more of a morning afternoon person. I don't know how I'm going to handle my own events going forward. Um, Hopefully, lockdown gets softened even more, and get some normality, not waking up
Mm.
so early in the mornings. Um, Look, Evan's working on so many sites at the moment. Phenomenal growth in Melt property over the last 12 months. And that's mostly because of yourself, isn't it, Grace?
Yeah, that's
Or
pretty
partially.
much it. It's all down to me. What can I say? It's
So
all it's
down to
all about me, Brendan.
uh,
um,
although I'm not sure Kunle would agree. Kunle
No,
may
I
have
mean,
a role
no.
to
So
play.
Kinley is involved on, I guess, the delivery side, design and delivery. Zoe, who we've also had on the Friday afternoon session, is more so on the marketing side. And then I'm sort of there on the strategy side of like the business, where it's going, what the next 5 years looks like, launching new products.
Are you looking at the next 5 years, even with
Of
COVID
course, you always
19?
need to have a 5 year plan. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't adapt and change as things progress, but you need to have, some sort of idea on where you're going or where north is, so to speak. And so then, the team can also then align with that and understand where the business is going. Otherwise, people lose focus of what they're doing. So yeah, we definitely pulling
I
that
just say,
together at the moment, actually. But yeah, definitely need some sort of plan.
so I want to say massive thanks to my property agent. I know you've just joined us online. I forgot to mention it's Oli Lowrie tomorrow
Mm.
as well, and Nicholas Wallwork. So I don't think you know Nicholas as well as I do. I've been to see one of his sites. I can't remember where it was exactly. I think it was in Reading, but I believe I've seen that site. I've been to lots of sites. I've been to lots of sites which Evan's working on or has worked on. Hive 162, for
Mm.
example, beautiful site. I've been to Lime Grove in Gloucestershire as well. Um, you know Ollie a little bit. I think Mel and Mount Property and Oli or Ackroyd Lowrie are doing a development together. Is that right?
So
Or what can we
Ollie's
say
doing a
about that?
little bit of work on our Lime Grove site, but the main one that he's working on at the moment is our Clapham Road site in Kennington, which is an apart hotel led scheme. So he's, I guess, the architect, or Ackroyd Lowrie rather, is the architect on that site for us.
Because I was listening to Oli talk yesterday. Ackroyd Lowrie's really expanded in the last couple of years. I think he said he's got 20 staff working normally in the office. So I have to admit, phenomenal growth over the last couple of years. Look, Grace, in terms of what you're hoping to get from tomorrow, in terms of what can we ask Evan, which would be, is it about finance, do you think? Is it about funding? Ranjan was going through some numbers yesterday. Did he say 100?
What are we going to ask?
Is that correct? 100 million GDV, Grace?
So, yeah, if you add up all the sites, it's around that. But I think, yeah, so our pipeline at the moment is around £150 million worth of development that we've got in the pipeline, with that looking to grow to around 250 million by the end of the year, and we're on track for doing that. And in my pipeline is certainly going crazy at the moment. So yeah, that's what we've got those 4 live projects at the moment, with another one that we've just pretty much acquired, which I can't say too much about yet, but I'm sure Evan will talk about tomorrow. It's a reason to tune in tomorrow. And we've got a couple of other ones that we're close to getting a deal agreed on as well. So there's lots coming up. It's just they're all at different stages. But yeah, easily pipeline of 150 million.
Look, if people tuned into Baker Street last night, they would have heard Evan. Obviously, Oli wasn't there, nor Nicholas. What do you think Evan will be saying differently? What is it? The questions which we can ask, which are going to be different from last night? And of course, Evan's appeared on many things. I think Evan's on Property TV, or he has been on Property TV.
Yeah. Nicholas has, yes.
As well.
I don't know if Oli has. I don't know. Oli. Has he? Maybe he's the odd one out. What can we ask Evan tomorrow? So yeah, I think the Baker Street event last night was very much focused on funding specifically. So I think we can touch on that as well, but we can talk a little bit more generally about development, the markets, where the trends are going, and just, I guess, also taking questions from the audience as well, which is what I like about the Friday afternoon sessions. We get a lot of audience interaction, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, it's going to be on my page. I'm not sure if I'm going to be showing my face or not. At the moment, my webcam doesn't want me to show my face. I've upset my webcam. I love my computer. But obviously my computer doesn't love me at the minute, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. There's going to be 4 faces anyway. Hopefully I'm going to be 5th face, it's a bit strange doing a faceless interview, except of course when you're doing podcasts, that's absolutely fine. And just a heads up for my own podcast, which is Brendan Speaks Property. So Grace, look, Oli is interesting. He's very big into modular. It could almost be modular take 2 tomorrow as well. I just wonder whether modular will come up on board.
I'm sure
again.
It will probably come up, but I think tomorrow would be good to keep it, I guess, a bit more generic development type questions, and then any follow-on questions that we have from last week around modular, we can definitely answer if anyone in the chat's got those questions too.
So look, I know both of us have got huge reach on Instagram, so not like Justin Bieber or anything like that, not yet anyway.
We'll see.
I'm going to say, what opportunities are you open to? So people viewing this, who are you looking at as suppliers? So often, we may be joined on Fridays on my page, facebook.com/BQueen events. It's who potentially are some interesting suppliers you're looking at as well? Or is that more Kunle, would you say?
Suppliers, if you mean, I guess, the different appliances and materials and so on that we need inside the properties, that's more so Kunle at the moment, at least. Yeah, I think obviously there's been some challenges with materials at the moment in terms of delivery, production, and so on. But I think we'll see that start to get a bit better once lockdown, restrictions ease even more than what they already have started to. So
Have you noticed a difference as a
we've
developer
we've
in Melt
noticed that it's been
Property?
harder to get materials, so we've had to then look at other alternatives or find things through different suppliers, to find things online, sometimes even just on websites that sell appliances, I think is what Kunle's been looking at. The guys have been really proactive and creative and productive with
But
finding different
out of
materials that
curiosity,
we can
sorry,
use.
sorry, Grace. Uh, I was going to say,
Yeah.
out of curiosity, what appliances are difficult to find at the moment?
So I don't know specifically which ones, but I know that the different materials that are needed within the development are a struggle for some people. For us, it's more so, I think, been, I mean, yes, we've struggled a little bit to get things delivered, but it's more so actually some of the trades, because a lot of the people still have decided they're not coming on site. So we've had to find backup people to come in. I know some of our trades just aren't working completely. Some, we've had to scale right back to a skeleton team of 1 to 2 members of each trade on site, and then obviously having the social distancing in place. So I think that, combined with then some materials, I don't know the exact ones because that's more Kunle's bag, but I know some of the materials then struggling with the deliveries and even the production of those and getting them into the country. That's then meant obviously that there's a delay in projects, but that's across the board. That's not just us. Everybody's experiencing those same issues. But I think with us, what we've done is actually taken that on the front foot and be proactive and find solutions.
Do you think? I was going to say, I know these are lots of questions for you, Grace. Apologies, but you're involved heavily in Melt Property, head of strategy. I was going to say, do you think the worst of supply logistics is over? From my understanding, Germany's getting back to normal. One of my annual subscribers. So yes, some people are annual subscribers. They take out annual membership, and I was in conversation with, almost gave the name away. One of them early this week, and Germany appears like it's almost back to normal. Now, I'm not saying many of your suppliers come from Germany. My understanding is Spain. In fact, it looks like lots of Europe is actually at a faster pace getting back to normal than the UK. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't want to get into a heavy political debate right now.
Yeah, I think because a lot of Europe, like for example, I think Italy was around 2 weeks ahead of us with everything that has happened. So wherever Italy was, where we, at the point in time, we were always 2 weeks behind them in terms of where things were going with COVID and the curve and how the rate of infection and blah, blah, blah was going. So I think naturally they are then going to start back in the factories and so on before we do here in the UK. So I think that production will resume. I'm sure there will be some measures in place for social distancing, at least in the short term. So that might mean that there might be fewer materials produced as opposed to before. They might be running at 60, 70, 80%, I don't know, of capacity of what they were running at before, which means there will be fewer available, which could push up prices. This is me theorizing here. But I think what we might see is a bit of a lag because although that production is going to start back and, hopefully at a fair percentage of what it was, there's still this lag of time of where, it takes for producing those materials to then being able to get them delivered here in the UK. So we might still face a period of not being able to get stuff, or a lot of items for several more weeks or months. I don't know, but I do think we will continue to see some form of impact. It'll, yeah, I guess time will just sort of tell how it all plays out. But already, you know, positively, the government's been talking about some of the measures that they were going to bring back from, I think it was the 4th of July, having non-essential retail open and restaurants and cafes and so on. They're now talking about potentially bringing that back sooner, I think maybe even mid-June. Now that's all hypothesis, theories, blah, blah, blah at the moment. But, you know, that's a step in the right direction. So we just have to see.
I just wanted to say a massive thanks to those of you joining us. I haven't got my glasses on. MG Natasha,
MLS
is that right?
yeah.
MG MLS Natasha. So massive thanks for your joining us as well. I did promise to Grace. I literally booked a 15-minute session, and
you need to make these half an hour sessions, Brendan. Well, in my diary, because if we're doing Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to go beyond Facebook today, because I'm a bit upset with my face not being there. So Facebook, the clue is a face. How can you be on Facebook without a face?
Just put a photo of you on there.
So I'm happy for us to switch over to Facebook as well at some point today. I'm just a bit upset, to be fair, Grace. I like my own face sometimes. A faceless interview.
Mysterious.
I'm not as you can tell. Yeah, you could say so. So, look, Grace, how can people reach out to Evan, Mel? What opportunities are you open to? That might be a better question than in terms of logistics.
So we are, well, we're focused on commercial schemes at the moment. I mean, well, to be fair, and residential, but we have two arms of the business. We have the commercial development arm, where we focus on sites which could be right for mixed use, apart hotels, potentially student accommodation as well.
Oh, that's interesting. So, sorry, Grace, to interrupt. Maybe I do need to book half hour, not 15 minutes. Student accommodation, where most people, it's one sector which I've considered for the Monday morning sessions. I know the feedback from some is not as positive in terms of student sector.
Right.
It's certainly a sector, but it's a struggling sector, people would argue. So why, although that may be a temporary
do you think it's a struggling sector?
Because universities, for example, I think Cambridge University cancelling the whole academic year. I think they've cancelled it next year. So I think
they're still doing it, if I'm right. I think it's just classes are online.
I think almost everything is online for, Cambridge University. From my understanding, apart from maybe some very, very small sessions. It's interesting you mentioned students, because, you know, it's a topic which I think's definitely got value.
Actually, you haven't done a student accommodation-led event yet, have you? So maybe that's a good one for us to do.
No. So, look, what happens now on Monday mornings, people vote. So it's so even if I think, for me, it was the topic I thought I was expecting to be the popular one was on funding or development. But it wasn't anything to do with funding or development which came up. It was to do with business efficiency. So
we should talk then.
We should do. It was interesting. It wasn't the topic I had expected by a long way to come up.
But people want that for a Monday morning, business efficiency then.
They do, business operations. So I'm delighted. I've got John East. Evan, it's not the Evan show at the end of the day, but Evan introduced me to John East. Evan's one of his greatest skills, I would say, is his connections. Grace, you know, it's Evan who's introduced me to John East. So delighted John East is going to be there. We've got Stephen Johnson, formerly from Shawbrook, who's going to be on the panel that particular morning as well. I'm trying to think of who else is on that panel. This is your business operations
panel, is it?
Yeah, which I'm surprised at the percentage of people who wanted it. 41% of the audience wanted that particular panel. And that's on the 15th of June. It's every Monday morning. This Monday's focused on retail, and it's focused on where developers can take advantage of retail opportunities, particularly looking at permitted development, looking at air rights as well, looking at the future of retail. And then the 8th is looking at office sector. 15th is business efficiency or business. I see business operations as business efficiency is the same to be. And then going forward, I'll have to see what the audience want, because obviously what I like is very, very different to what an audience would like. So student sector will be one topic, and it will be up to the
audience,
up to those who are part. Yeah, it's like it's a bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire almost. I love the technology. Apart from me not being showing my face. Look, Grace, how can people reach out to you? So I know we do these Instagram lives on a regular basis, which is fantastic, which I really enjoy, because one, it's simple. It doesn't take a huge amount, apart from having some amazing people I'm connected to. You know, so that's the real beauty. The technology, thank you, Instagram is absolutely amazing. So you know, I can connect with people across the whole world, just literally with a smartphone. People can interact and ask questions as well. There's a question box. So literally we're coming down to the last 60 seconds. So feel free to add a question, and that way I can keep Grace
got work to do, Brendan. Yeah, so people can reach out on
we're coming down to the last 60 seconds. Let's Tim.
I'm sure it doesn't. People can reach out on Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, that's probably the main channels. LinkedIn, I guess, as well. So yeah, happy to connect with people on those forums, or if they've got any questions, or you know, want to get in touch about an opportunity or whatever, then reach out on social media.
So Grace, when you said LinkedIn, is that for Grace Ballantyne, Melt Homes, Melt Property?
Well, if they reach out to me, then I can. They can reach out, absolutely, to the Melt Property one too. But if they reach out to me directly, then they'll get a response from, I guess, me as opposed to one of the team members. So happy. We've got Melt Property accounts on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even Twitter, I think, as well. Or I'm on all three of the 4 platforms. I'm not really on Twitter. So happy for people to reach out to Melt Property or myself. If they've got questions or if they want to talk about something specifically.
Grace, I just want to say massive thanks for taking time out this morning.
Afternoon now, Brendan.
Thanks to our audience. Okay. Thank you.